Welcome back, everybody. I'm recording away from home today, so different setup here, but I really wanted to keep recording and I really wanted to bring Boba Kid today to you guys because it just got released on Carabast. We are in the peak of spoiler season, and this deck, it's amazing, it's very thematic. We are using bounty hunters to remove our opponent's units and getting credits for that, and that way we can keep ramping into bigger and bigger units. We are using expendable mercenary who is a bounty hunter who will give us a credit token and then we'll go into our resources. So very cool things here. Also this week I'm gonna be in Milwaukee. I will be attending regionals. I thought I wasn't gonna make it, but it actually did happen and I'm very excited to go and see you guys there. So if you see me around, make sure to say hello. It's great to meet you guys in person. So let's go ahead and check the deck list. We'll check some gameplay and let's see how this goes. So here we go. This is the deck list. Very cool cards. We are playing 3 Han Solos. I think he's very strong. If he doesn't get controlled by your opponent pretty fast, he is dealing a bunch of damage and becoming a huge problem. We are using 3 emergency powers. Very solid card, and we are putting credits out there, and if you manage to play this like turn 3, turn 4 with 2 extra credits, and you play this on something like Axe Wolves, you suddenly have a 12-12, a 14-14, just dealing huge damage to your opponent. Way too late for him to react, so that's going to be pretty cool. We are playing Bib Fortuna. We are playing a bunch of Underworld units. We're playing Lep Lookout, our Lats Ratsi. It's an Underworld Bounty Hunter, as well as the Outer Rim Outlaws, as Bosk, as Expendable Mercenary, as well as Sam Weasel. Basically all our bounty hunters, or most of them, they also have the Underworld trait. So basically Bib Fortuna coming in as a 2-cost unit, 3-2, so good stats that give you a credit token, so synergizes pretty well with some of our cards and with emergency powers. So pretty solid, 2 Bib Fortunas there. Lepi Lookout, amazing 3-1 that straights very well into your opponent's units. The only bad thing here is that she's not a bounty hunter, so make sure if you're going out after those credit tokens in certain matchups, try to prioritize the other bounty hunter units. Syndicate Spice Runner, pretty good, also a 2-cost, searching for another one of your bounty hunters. Sam Weasel, if she's upgraded, she gets grit, so what you can potentially do here is swing with her into something that deals 3 or 4 damage to her, and then use emergency powers to bring her up, upgrade her. That gives her grit, so that means if you give her like 4 experience tokens, she's suddenly an 8-9 with 4 damage on her. So huge unit there that starts swinging, and that's only like turn 3 or turn 4 play, so very good. Axe Wolves, just amazing card with emergency powers, good card with Craving Power. As it comes down, makes it a 6-6, and then you can remove something with 6 resistance, dealing with a bunch of enemy leaders, and Craving Power does deal damage to enemy leaders, so that's one way to get rid of an enemy leader, because now it's very hard to deal with leaders. Nothing Left to Fear being a pretty good removal for us, but can't target enemy leaders. Other than that, we just need to swing into our enemy leaders to get rid of them, so having the Axe Wolves combined with the Craving Power is pretty good. Other than that, you can put that on a big Han Solo, or you can deploy your leader and you potentially have a 5-8 that can deal big damage and then has rate 1. We're playing 2 Palpatines, just very good card to have down in your plot for when you deploy your leader. Lats Ratsi, this is one of my favorite cards in the new set. So good, so versatile, coming down, dealing with something. She's a bounty hunter, so even better with Boba Fett being able to trade pretty well into an enemy unit and get a credit token. Outer Rim Outlaws, also pretty good, 3-3 with shielded. We are normally trading favorably with this and getting a credit token, so good there. Bosk has been a very strong unit for me in the testing I've done so far. Giving that -1/-1 to an enemy unit normally just throws off your opponent's calculations on if he's going to be able to kill your base or not, and then he also makes one of your units bigger. Then Expendable Mercenary, pretty good there. Fett's Fire Spray, we are playing with the Boba Fett, so this does deal 2 indirect damage on attack and when played, so pretty solid. And for 4 cost, 4/4 unit in space is just way too good not to play it. One Cad Bane, just good enough to have him on plot, or play him directly to deal with a unit with 2 or less remaining HP. And he's also a pretty well strong statted bounty hunter that can trade for us later on. Under City Hunting Team, you know, we have 3 of them. It's pretty good to search the top 5 cards of your deck. We have the Under City Hunting Team, and we have the Syndicate Spite Runner to search for cards. So far I felt that it's pretty solid to have a good number of cards in your hand throughout the match. We've talked about these 2 cards, very important as removal. Cad Bane coming in as our top end, one of our top end cards, 6/6 for 6, shielded Overwhelm. That's pretty good on itself, but then on attack, you can defeat any number of friendly credit tokens and give an experience token to Cad Bane for each credit token sacrificed. And we are making a bunch of them with Boba, so this can be a pretty good game closer, and he can keep, you know, using up those credit tokens as the game progresses. We are using 1 Fetch Fire Spray just to have that extra unit on space giving us credit tokens, and 1 Intimidator. I think this list is pretty solid. You know, it could have some space for improvement, but other than that, so far, you know, shout out to Devis. You know, he says he has 65% win rate with it so far, which is pretty good. You know, we've had a lot of the cards from set 7 released so far, and if he's having this much success, let's hope we have some similar success with it as we try it out. So let's jump into the games. Okay, so here we go. Game number 1, we're going up against Hera. This is a deck that I've been wanting to cover on the channel. Probably will be pretty soon. I think she's very strong. There's some, you know, lines of play here that are very scary. We'll start. I like this hand. I think we could start with the Leppy Lookout to get that Bib Fortuna turn 2, and then we have a Craving Power turn 3 potentially. That could be pretty good. So let's skip this hand. We'll get rid of the Palpatine, and I want to keep around my 2 Craving Powers. I feel like I need removal against Hera. So let's drop the Han Solo. I don't like losing him, but I think it's important to start this way. Let's go ahead and claim. Intimidator here, probably we're not going to need it. Let's play our Bib Fortuna just to have that extra credit token. And I guess we can swing here. And then we'll see. If he plays something we can potentially claim. I'm a bit worried about Mina. Because, okay, I guess we could go for the Craving Power kill Mina on the Bib Fortuna. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna get rid of the Han Solo here. Use 1 credit. Kill this. He gets to draw a card. At least if he plays the Obi-Wan, we can remove it with a Bib. Okay, that's fine. Then if he wants to go the 2/4/1 here, we still get to swing 3 into base, and we're okay. Let's do this. Don't want to keep taking damage, and we get to Overwhelm. A second Bib Fortuna here, I guess we can let that go. And I really want to swing 5 into base. Can't do it. I'll play the Leppy Lookout. I'll deploy as well, and I'll trigger the Pulp. Let's kill this and get a credit token. That's I really like here. We'll do some damage here and then potentially get another credit token if she doesn't trade into our Boba Fett. Okay, interesting. So gonna give a shield token and an experience token. Okay, that is fine. Perfect. Let's get an extra credit token here. And that way we can deal with the ghost. And it's time for our damage. We've been waiting a long time for being able to attack our opponent. Let's get the Syndicate. Actually, I'm gonna get the Lep Lookout because I'd rather search twice. We're running out of cards in hand. But we have a very strong board presence here. Okay, we're gonna have to trade. And I think it's a good call we kept this around. You know, it's just better to be able to search a lot. I guess the Expendable Mercenary is just a bit better, but I'm gonna be playing Bosk now. And pass. We don't need a Palpatine here. We can potentially search again, play 2 units, and the Bosk is really gonna help us here. I'm worried that we're not seeing our top end cards, and we both have 8 resources already. Okay, that's pretty bad. Losing a Phantom, yeah, definitely not what you want to see. Let's attack here. Give +1 to Latsi, -1 to Ezra. We could trade into Chopper, get a credit. Or we could just push into base. Let's see. We got 8 damage into base. Yeah. Let's just go full base. Search for something. There you go. We find our Cat Bane. And let's just throw in our top end cards here. Very good draws. Let's drop our Outer Ream. And we should have this game with Cat Bane right now. Overwhelmed, shielded, and that's game. Okay, we got Hera on the first game. Let's go ahead and requeue. Opponent left before we could say GG. Pretty cool match for us right there. A good start. We'll go ahead and start. I really like this. You know, we have the Underworld Bounty Hunter, followed by the Bib Fortuna, followed by a potential big emergency powers like we discussed earlier. So we'll keep this. We are going to lose one of the Craving powers, which is sad, but I think we have a good hand here. I guess we'll keep the Expendable Mercenary. Let's get a credit token. That way we can go Craving Power next turn. Ooh. Let's go 1, 1. Actually, let's go 2 here. Do you think he'll trade both his Handmaidens into the Weasel? That'll be rough. Let's do it, no problem. We could potentially give her an experience token, upgrade her, that way she has grit, and that way he can trade, and then we have Craving Power. I'm gonna try it out. Okay, I don't know if that was the best play there. It's definitely fishy play by my part. I'm gonna play the Expendable Mercenary here. You know, I have 6 damage in. I'm gonna keep pressuring. I'll go ahead and claim. Perfect. Okay, this is pretty good for us. You know, we are gonna go up to 6 resources. Should we lose the Expendable Mercenary, or do we want to double ramp here and wait a little bit for the Cat Bane? I think we have time to double ramp because we haven't received that much damage. but I also don't want to lose the other cards. Now I think we do need to lose this. Let's just keep swinging to base. Okay, I guess I'll kill here to get my credit token. Not in a rush to ramp right now. I'll deploy. This is a non-leader unit. We could potentially get another credit, or we could just keep going, you know, very hard to base. We'll deal 6 to base here. Okay. Go ahead and claim. We are taking big damage now, but I think we're okay. Let's go ahead and kill this, create a credit, trigger our ramp. We take 5. Let's see. If I deal 3, right, that's 21, and then we can emergency powers into the win. Oh, I can't. It's a non-leader. My bad. Okay. So I guess we are gonna have to kill the carries. Although let's see. I could just swing into base. That's 6 damage up to 27. He can deal potentially 3. Yeah, no, I'm gonna play it safe here. Gonna get an extra credit token. Play my CAD and close it off next turn with CAD. Okay, so let's see. CAD can attack, yeah, CAD can attack for 9, right? There you go. And we win it with CAD, you know, going on the safe side there, just in case he had something to make his units bigger and surprise us. He still had 3 resources left. So I think that was the safer bet. Let's go ahead and requeue. 9 damage with that Cat Bane swing is huge. Oh, nice. Okay, this can be interesting, you know, against the aggro deck. Boba Fett should be pretty good. We want to trade into his units. We got the Lats, we got the Lepi. I think this is an amazing hand. Let's go ahead and keep it. We can resource CAD for later on. And we'll lose 1 Lepi. I think that's fine. Just to keep around the emergency powers, that can be very important. Giving grade to the unit. Okay. I guess we can give a shield token, deal 2. Ooh, nice. But at least this way we can get a credit token next turn. So we are gonna take big damage here, but it's pretty good. Oh, okay, so Axe Wolves plus emergency powers is very, very solid. Let's get rid of the Lepidu card actually. Take her credits. Okay. So I could potentially deal with this, but I can kill with Bosk next turn, so let's do that. Ooh, okay. So he definitely wants to swing the 6 in or kill Bosk, but either way we kill him. Let's go ahead and pass. I'm gonna lose my expendable mercenary here, I think. Okay, let's see what he does. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. We will attack here. Give Bosk +1, give him -1. Trigger our credit token. Okay. I'm gonna deploy Boba. Cad Bane. Okay, we'll pass on Cad Bane. Just because I want to play the Nothing Left to Fear as soon as he does this. Ooh. Okay. Now he can exhaust something. Let's see, what's the best play here? I think we need to give the Latsi a huge boost so that we can kill this. We don't want to take that big damage there. This we can potentially play for 6. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Latsi, we will use... Oh, this can only lower, so only... Wait. Because that would mean we can only make her a... So let's just make her big enough to kill the unit, even if we lose her. So without credit tokens, I will give her 4. That should be enough. And we'll get a credit token and set up ourselves for a good Cat Bane next turn. And we got it. You know, he couldn't deal with us dealing with his ship. So game number 3, we also get it. So far, so good. Very, very cool deck. You know, we're ramping. We are drawing a bunch of cards. We are playing some very, very strong units. Boba Fett is a hard contender for some meta decks on set 7. Let's see. Another cool hand here. Against the Aggro, you know, he's probably playing Jedi Council, so we are gonna need... Okay, we'll go ahead and keep this, put this down, put the Cat Bane down. Let's see if Jedi Counselor comes down. Okay, let's put our Leopard Lookout out. Okay, there you go. Claim. Interesting, so he can play something huge right now. Actually, I think we should play Han plus Syndicate Runner and lose the Expendable for now. Yep. I'll start with a swing here. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I guess we grab another Spice Runner. Let's get the Fire Spray just in case. And he should claim, right? If not, if he doesn't claim, I'm tempted to claim to kill the... Okay, yeah, he claims. That makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna lose the Fed's Fire Spray here. It's too bad we don't have a Bounty Hunter. We could really use the credit token right now. I guess we take 5. But then at least we managed to take out the Jedi Consular. Okay. So let's go here, give it 3 experience tokens. I will take out Han with him. Obi-Wan. And he has 3 cards in hand, so I think I want to take out the Jedi Consular. Yeah, he's gonna get the Force token. He can also get it pretty easily with Abercraze. I don't want him playing a 7-cost unit next turn. So let's just take this out. And he's gonna take out Han, but I think I'm fine with that. We could go double Palpatine this turn. That could be good. It's too bad we lose the Han Solo. He was going to become a huge, huge problem for our enemy. Okay, that's fine. Let's swing 2 into base. We'll see what he plays. Okay, let's go ahead and deploy. Okay, if we deploy pulp, yeah, let's go ahead and deploy pulp, trigger, that's fine, and then we'll kill the Ki-Adi-Mundi with our Boba Fett, get a credit token. We could potentially go for an Axe Wolves and apply as much pressure as possible. I think I'm going to do that. Let's pass. Cad Bane is amazing here. Double, nothing left to fear. Sure, I guess. Let's drop the expendable. And we have a huge, huge turn here for us. Potentially 16 damage. And our opponent only has 6 resources, so not very threatening at the moment. I'm tempted to just go Cad Bane to set up a good next turn. A 6/6 shielded with Overwhelm can be pretty good. That is fine. Let's go ahead and swing 3. Okay, we will do... Let's see, we could potentially just deal 3 to it, kill with something else. But then we don't play anything else, so not a big fan of it. Let's just kill him, I think. That way we deal as much damage as possible this turn. Okay. Up to 15, so pretty good for us. Don't think we need a Han right now, although we could potentially go Cod plus Han. So let's drop the Bosk, and let's see what he does first. He's up to 7 resources, but a bit too late for him to play the his 7 cost units. You know, his Kelleran right now could potentially bring him an Obi-Wan, which would be a good Sentinel, but we can also remove it. Perfect. It's just going for 2. Okay, so he's gonna kill the Palpatine probably. Okay, we'll go ahead and deal 3. We'll deal 2. He claims. I guess we play our Cad Bane, we play our Han Solo, and do we resource Han here? Yeah, I guess we do. That way we can play the Latzi plus the nothing left to fear. Cad Bane threatening a killing blow here. Are we going to be able to close the game with Cad Bane once more? Kelleran coming in, probably looking for an Obi-Wan. He does get it. He's out of resources though, so we could just swing 1 into base here, close it off with something else. Let's go ahead and play Nothing Left to Fear on the Cad Bane, kill the Obi-Wan, and that should be game. Very important cards here, the Nothing Left to Fear plus the Craving Power. So they kill the spy token, and we swing to close off the game again with our Cat Bane. No credits this time, but good enough with its 6/6 shielded stat line to close off the game. Let's go ahead into the last game, see if we can win them all. Against Jabba Yellow, I think Jabba Yellow is going to be very, very good, you know, with the Stranger, ambushing in the Darth Vaders. We need to be really, really careful here. Our shielded units are not going to be safe from Jabba. Yeah, I guess we can keep this. Yeah, let's go ahead and keep. We can resource this and this. Try and go for an early removal with this. It's a bit hard though. Not the best stat line to remove something, but we do have the craving power for later. Okay, so let's drop the boss, and I guess we go Syndicate Spice Runner plus Han. We are going to be taking so much raid damage from these two guys. And we got no way to deal with them, so let's just go ahead and pass. We resource a Syndicate Spice Runner here. Some big damage. Yeah, I guess we do try and remove it. Let's play this. I'm trying to get him to spend his resources so that he can't kill my Han Solo. He still has one resource left. Let's go ahead and claim, I guess. I'm gonna get rid of that. And then we'll take some damage, but then we can... Okay. So let's kill this. Get our credit token. Now let's see what he does. Okay. Do we want to go? I'm gonna go Craving Power. Kill the Arosing. I'm a bit worried about his damage. You know, I'm up to 14. Don't want to take no more. We can kill this Marauder with our Han Solo right now. No problem with Jabba the Hutt play there. Even tempted. Okay. We do have our Boba Fett deploy. Let's take out this guy, actually. Let's see what he plays. Depending on what he plays, I think I'm just going to keep the Boba Fett deploy for next turn so that I can play... Okay. Okay, he's just taking 2 damage, surviving, so dealing an extra 2 damage to something. I'm just going to claim. Cut Bane seems good here. I could potentially go Cut plus pulp deploy. With our credit token. So I could potentially remove the stranger because he is gonna go for the double removal next, but I really want to get rid of Java as well. And I could potentially get rid of Java with Cad Bane play turn, with the play with Cad Bane plus Chancellor Palpatine right now. So let's do that. You know, even if he goes for the double kill here, which he actually can't, right? He takes 3. Yeah, we survived that. Then we can kill both of them and get a credit token. We get an extra resource, which is pretty good for us. Let's go ahead and deploy. Play Palpatine trigger without... okay, wait. That changes things because I really want to get rid of this guy. So, do I need pulp? Let's just deploy Boba and play Cad. I thought we had enough resources for both of them. I forgot Cad is 5. We take a condemn on our Boba. I think I'm gonna claim. Yeah. That is fine. Emergency powers is a good draw here. Fet's fire spray as well. Let's get rid of the Spice Runner. I guess we finally kill this stranger dude. We are gonna lose our Cad Bane against him though. That sucks. Yeah, at least we get a credit token. Let's just make some time and see what he plays. I could also go with 8 experience tokens on Sam Weasel's swing for 12. I know he has a Slime War. Okay. At least not that probably he has the whole combo in hand. You know, the Sheehan Fury plus the Darth Vader. Let's wait and see what he plays. He either passes now or... Okay. So yeah, we can potentially deal very big damage this turn. Let's do it. I don't think he can remove it with 3 resources. Use 1 credit. She is going to be swinging for 2 less, but other than that, pretty good swing there. It's pass. Good cards here as well. Let's get rid of the axe. We just used our emergency powers. Let's see if the Vader comes down now. Okay. I think we just dropped the cat, right? Could also deploy the fire spray. Follow it up with a Bosk. Yeah. We'll deal some indirect damage here. Need to try and get some more credit tokens, I guess. Okay, I'm just gonna swing, you know, he claimed. Maybe he doesn't have anything. Okay, at least we got a little bit more information there. Let's drop one of this. And we are doing pretty good here. Bosk getting me a credit token plus making the Onyx Squadron smaller. And then we can close up the game with, okay. What is he gonna exhaust though? Okay. So COD can deal 8. That takes me up to 21. But we're still taking very, very big damage from this. I'm not sure. So we're not dead next turn, so let's just apply as much pressure as possible. I guess that's it. Either we're not dead with 8 damage, but he is dead with what we have on board. We have, okay, swing here, +1 here, -1 here. Then we have, oh, okay, yeah, I don't think we have it. Losing our cat there was rough. Maybe we should have attacked with cat first. That would have been an extra 2 damage. Wouldn't have made a difference though, and I don't think we're playing anything. Interesting, he's not claiming. We have, but that does remove, okay. Healing 2. I guess we claim. We already did as much damage as possible. And we are dying to this anyways. We didn't draw into anything that can save us. And he got us. So, lost that one in the end. I'm not sure we could have done something differently here. GG's, Alex. Let me check the board state once more. Maybe it did take us a bit long to start swinging into base. We should have attacked base earlier. Maybe even dropped our Cat Bane earlier, not dropped the Fet's Fire Spray. Although he would have just gotten the Cat with the Arrestor Cruiser. We just don't have a way to deal with this unless we draw our Craving Powers or our other removals, which we had one in the resources. Maybe shouldn't have removed it. Now we know, you know, just to have something to do with this on later games. We kept a couple of cards in hand that were, at the end, not that good for us. It was a pretty close game, you know, we were just one swing away as well. So there you have it, Boba Fett, pretty cool. You know, competing against Jabba Yellow, which I think is going to be an amazing deck as well in set 7. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.